final shape was good. Nobody thought that it wouldn't be. Everyone kind of expected that considering Bungie was against the wall. However, there were some problems. Hello everybody, welcome to my 24-hour first impressions. There's no way to talk about this DLC without starting with the error codes.
I don't think you could, like, ever do better than Keith David.
Is this Keith David?
Yeah, it's Keith David.
Yeah, I feel it. It's pretty good.
Shit.
No!
Are you serious?
If there was a cutscene, I'm gonna be so mad.
There was. It faded to black.
Well, we will never know.
They were okay. They weren't as bad as other expansions. That I can get behind. Shadowkeep, in my opinion, was much worse. You could not play the game for multiple days at a time. This was just bad for the fact that the story in the campaign were so engaging and so amazing to play through that I just wanted to play more. I wasn't able to play anything past the third mission for about 3 to 4 hours. And in my opinion, that's where you get prismatic, that's where everything starts to get good, and I just couldn't play. Me and my friends were just sitting in orbit, constantly relaunching over and over and over. And it got to the point where on multiple occasions, we missed crucial cutscenes and various dialogue, which is incredibly annoying when the story and the dialogue are the main draw. You have these characters sitting next to campfires telling stories and relating to each other, and if you miss that, it just breaks the pacing, it breaks the development of the story, it ruins everything. We've had to look up 1 or 2 cutscenes on YouTube on launch day. That is terrible. That is unforgivable. That is awful. In my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions too, they should have shut the servers down. For 2 hours, they should have shut the servers down, fixed the error codes, and opened them back up, even if the queue would be long again. I don't know if that would have been viable with how many people were flooding the servers, but it felt awful having this experience be bottlenecked to a degree where I can't even say I enjoyed the story that much as far as the middle stretch is concerned. Because I didn't even get to play it. I didn't get to see it because I had to look it up on YouTube. It neutered the experience for me. That was awful. We were not able to have a stable campaign experience until 10 hours after launch. And I believe the only reason why is because so many people just gave up. They just gave up. My team, we couldn't do that because my brother had to go to school and he had a baseball game to go to, and my friend has work. We can't spend the next 2 to 3 days waiting for these error codes to be patched. We can't. We have to play because we want to be raid ready. So we did Legend Campaign until 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's where I'm recording this video at 7:41 in the morning. Because I want to make content for you guys. I want to play the game. I want to continue to experience what the DLC has to offer. But I got so bottlenecked in the first 24 hours that I couldn't even get to play with the exotics. I couldn't go and grab the new quest exotic at the end of the campaign because I was just so tired and jaded by how awful it felt to just keep getting error coded over and over and over. It was demoralizing. It was just fucking insanely hurtful. It sounds weird to say that you are hurt by a video game, like in real life, but I genuinely felt a little jaded because this was the final campaign. I wanted to enjoy it, and I was bottlenecked every step of the way. This should not have happened. I understand servers are hard. Servers are hard to get right, and sometimes things slip through. But for 10 hours, you do not shut down servers to fix critical problems that everybody has. And the only reason I could play the campaign is because everybody else gave up and wanted to do it tomorrow instead. That is insane, especially for your final major DLC launch. That is just pathetic. I am a self-proclaimed Bungie meat rider. I am not a negative person when it comes to this game because I understand what the devs have to wade through to get shit done, but this was garbage. Absolutely horrendous. This is the worst I have seen a launch day since, hell, even before Shadowkeep. This was horrendous. And this is where it needed to count. Most people could not play the game, and some influencers, which are going to draw I hate that I said that word, by the way, that are going to draw the most people to this game, could not even get past the title screen. And they quit. They quit because they said, it's not working, I'll play it tomorrow. That is crazy. How could that happen? Why would you let that happen? But I can say that it definitely lived up to the hype. I understand for the past 5 minutes I've been ranting about the error codes, and it's the biggest problem. It is absolutely the biggest problem because nothing else is. Nothing else is. The story meets and even surpasses Witch Queen in some places. It is so good, and that's why I am so mad. Because it shows you its best foot forward in the first mission, and it doesn't slow down. It just keeps going and going until you just feel like you have to play the next mission. I always felt compelled to listen to the dialogue, read the lore book, and immediately, like that, hop into the mission. I was so ready to go. Oh, and then error code Curon. Okay, I'll relaunch. Up cabbage. Up Curon. I'm going to actually hurt myself if I see another Curon. It's so good that the experience was entirely dampened by the error codes, which should not have happened. I said I would stop talking about it, so I will. So, the story, perfect. It was, in my opinion, some of the best story content we've ever gotten. It's sad that it happened 10 years too late, but it is an amazing campaign, and if you would ask if it's worth the $50, I would say so. I would say it's incredible. It is probably the best campaign we've gotten. The art is amazing. The enemy designs on the Dread are amazing. The way that they flow into combat is perfect. All I can say is that it's worth it, because it is. It is incredibly worth it. Now let's move on to the main ticket where everyone's talking about it and all their builds and stuff. Prismatic. It's great. It's amazing. Transcendence is probably the most fun I've had playing in a super because it is a multifaceted super. It is a multifaceted class. So you have these amazing grenades that do so much damage and so much crowd control. You were able to burst down entire legend difficulty bosses with just Hailfire Spikes the entire time. I was chucking 4 at one subjugator and they would just evaporate. It was amazing. My only problems with it is the starter builds were a little lacking for every class other than Warlock. Because early on in Warlock, you both get Hellion and Bleak Watcher, which just ruins the entire thing. Like, you just ruin every enemy that is in line of sight. It fucks. It is really, really good. Everything else, though, like having Stylish Executioner on Hunter. I mean, Stylish Executioner is good for the invis, right? But to proc the Weaken on Legend campaign was almost always a death, which could be my fault. I will agree. I will put a bit of responsibility on me there. But you didn't feel like you had much agency with your aspects as a Hunter. How it is on Titan, I don't know because I haven't been able to play it. That's what I will be doing immediately after this video. But as far as Hunter is concerned, I did not like the starter class. However, it did evolve pretty nicely with Ascension and the new Arc Super, which is awesome. The new Arc Super is so good. It's not necessarily good in the way that people think it is, like, oh my god, it does a lot of damage, or oh my god, it does a lot of crowd control. It does a lot of things that are just fun. You zip around the area up to 3 times, you do a whirlwind, you kill everything in an area. It does decent enough damage where you can kill most majors and even DPS some bosses with it. It's good. It's awesome. It's fun. I enjoy that. Song of Flame, from what I saw, my buddy was having a blast with it. You open the palm of your hand, you fire out some sunbirds. It's sick as fuck. It's so cool. Titans, we didn't get to play because we had 2 hunters, but it doesn't matter because Prismatic was just that fun. I had so much fun, and I keep coming back to it because I didn't get to experience enough of the DLC in the first 24 hours. I wasn't able to even do the exotic quest. And the exotic quest is where most people are going to get some of the coolest weapons. And I didn't get to do it in the first 24, and I have to put it in this video now. I could not play the majority of this DLC because of the error codes. And it hurts. It hurts so much because now I have to put time out of my day today to just grind out what I should have been able to do yesterday. And it's very annoying. Because I have videos that I want to make. I have 8 hours of footage I have to comb through because I want to do a mega mashup of the entire Final Shape campaign. Minus the error codes, maybe a bit of bloopers in there too. But it's so disappointing. It was so close to being perfect. It was
perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
and then they fuck it up somehow with the goddamn servers. This happens every year, man. How did it feel like Lightfall, which had the most pre-orders in Destiny history? It felt like it had a more stable launch than the final shape. Like, come on, man. Like, how do you do that? Okay. That's my 24-hour impressions. Yes, it is worth it. It is worth a buy. Now that the error codes are fixed up and everything is okay, the servers are stable, all that stuff, I'd say it's worth it. But because of the launch date that it happened, most people bounced off. They just left. They didn't bother. There were a bunch of new lights that were playing the first story mission. They're like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then they got error coded out of the cutscene, and they didn't even get to watch it, so they had to go look it up on YouTube. That happened, by the way. It's like, come on. One shot, and you missed. But you took all the other shots. You, like, it was a full Hawk Moon mag. You missed the final shot. How do you do that? But, anyways, I'm sorry for the ramble. I'm so jaded. Thank you all so much for watching. Please look forward to the videos coming out soon. There's going to be absolute bangers. That new sniper is awesome. The new sword. I'm going to be hunting for all those new exotics. I'm going to be testing all the armor sets. I can't wait to do the raid. Oh my god, it's going to be so good. But I can't avoid the things that happened on day one. So, anyways, that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the algorithm stuff. Just know that I appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.